Welcome back to my channel. Apologies for the sound of this video. It's just I wanted to film this video in our new house. As you guys can see from the title, we bought a house. Paddy has Noah and he's downstairs, so I'm just said I would do like a really quick little video for you guys and just explain where I've been, what's been going on, what's been happening, and just kind of how we've gotten to this stage, because it kind of maybe came out of the blue for some of you guys. But if you guys are interested in hearing our whole story on getting our house, then just keep watching. So yeah, I first off want to say that any of you guys who've been here for nearly 10 years, I mean, I've been doing YouTube since 2012. It's nearly been 10 years, it's crazy. Been with me through a lot of journeys, ups and downs, highs and lows, going through breakups and meeting the love of my life to, which sounds so cringe, but anyway, he is the love of my life, to becoming a mother. And there's been so many journeys that I've shared with you guys, but this has been the hardest to keep quiet. And you're probably wondering why I've been keeping it quiet, like where has this come out of? I know I've mentioned over the last few months that we had our name on a new build and we were going to buy a house, and you kind of know that's been in the pipeline. But now we've gotten to the stage where we're actually going to be living and moving into our new home. When I had first gotten pregnant at the end of 2020, we decided that we wanted to buy a house, and we had gone looking. It is so ridiculously hard to get a house and to get onto the housing ladder in Ireland. The amount of times that people have asked me like, well, are you going to live together? And we're like, I'd love to live together, but come to Ireland and see how difficult it is. Everybody says it, but when you actually go looking for houses, or when you're actually trying to get a mortgage and stuff, you do not realize what they're talking about until you're in the middle of it. It's so many things that people tell you and you're like, oh, whatever. And then when you're actually going through it, you realize what they're talking about. And that has definitely been the case with buying a house. I cannot tell you how many ups and downs we've had on this journey. It's been stressful. We've had tears, we've had happiness and cheering, we've had things go in our favor, we've had things go against us, we've been in bidding wars, we've had ups, we've had downs, we've had ins, we've had outs, we'd have it all. I will say that buying a house is probably the most stressful thing I've ever been through in my life. We've had our name on a new build, and the new build currently, as I'm sitting here in February 2022, is still not built. Like, it is still nowhere near being built because of the backlog of housing. During COVID, everything was shut down in Ireland. Construction wise, everything went on, like, you know, took a break. And then when everything came back, our house was just not main priority. It's down the list because there's still houses and phases above the house that we had our name on to be built. So our house is still not even, like, they haven't even put a brick down. And also because the construction industry has gone so expensive. If you're not aware, wood in Ireland has gone through the roof because of shipping. We are not supplying our own wood here. We don't have licenses to cut it down. We're trying to get licenses in Ireland to cut down wood. So we have to import wood from different countries, which just is bringing up the price of everything. So the new build is going to be way more expensive than we ever initially anticipated. And we were promised a viewing in September 2021. We still are waiting for the viewing of it. Like, if we want to go and view that house, and can still do it, but we're just waiting to hear about it. Paddy and I were so stressed out and so upset and so disappointed, because we want to give Noah a home and have a home for ourselves. If we want to live together, like, that's our main priority, is to be together as a family. And we're moving from my house to Paddy's house, from Paddy's house to my house, packing up a baby every single time, moving 2 weeks at a time, because that's what we were doing every single fortnight. And Noah wasn't settling then when we get to Paddy's house, and then by the time he was settled, we'd have to move him back to our house. It was just a lot. So instead we went down the route of looking at other homes. This house actually came around September, came on the market, and I fell in love with it, and Paddy fell in love with it, and our parents came and saw it and they fell in love with it, and everybody was just like, this is a perfect home for ye. So we put a bid in on the house in September, and we got into like a bidding war with another family, or another couple, or another bidder, or whatever. We outbid them in the end, and the sellers of this house were like, yep, we'll take their offer. So the buying of this house actually went a lot smoother than a lot of people I've even spoken to, because they have said that they've been in bidding wars with people, and then they've been outbid, and then they've lost like the house of their dreams, or the house that they really wanted. You know, they were outbid on it, and it was just really disheartening. And then you have to start from scratch, because the amount of houses on the market that need so much work with them. This house is perfect. Like, I mean, the only work it needs done is cosmetics. There is no major structural work to be done with it. There's no damp, there's no molds, there's no anything with it. It's perfect. It's exactly what we want. It's exactly what we need. It is 20 years old, this house. It is in like really good condition. It's only had one previous owners, which were the owners that moved in from new, and they really looked after it. You will see our empty house tour. The kitchen is just immaculate. Like, I cannot express, like, the countertops are, there's no marks on them, nothing. It's perfect. So in September, when we put the bid in this house and we were accepted, we then had to organize our mortgage. Because we had the idea that we were getting a new build, we needed approval on principle, which basically means that the bank is going to lend you the money before you can put your name down. So we had that, and we then needed to change the mortgage, or the amount of money for the house that we're currently buying. So that was a different situation. We went to a broker, and a mortgage broker I would highly recommend, because they do everything for you. And I don't care having to pay the extra fee for a mortgage broker. They were the best thing that we ever did. It took so much stress off us. We still had to deal with banks and mortgages, and we had to deal with insurance, and we had to deal with the brokers and everything on top of it. And it is such a stressful and long process that I just didn't want to talk about it online, because I would just have cried every single time I thought about this, and waiting to hear back about our mortgage, if we're going to get it, and, you know, were they going to give us the full amount, or did we need to come up with 20%? That's another thing I will say. Hidden costs when buying a house, it's crazy. So even though you come up with your 10% for the house, which is always 10% of the market value of the house, or whatever the house has been sold for, whatever you've agreed the sale price as, you come up with 10%. So let's say, for instance, the house is 500,000, you have to come up with 50,000, and then the bank will lend you the other 450,000. But on top of that 50,000, you then have to pay another 10,000 in solicitor fees, in other costs like household charges, in stamp duty, other things. So another 10,000 then has to be paid on top of your 50,000. So then it comes up to like a little bit more expensive. If you think you've saved enough, keep saving another 10 grand at least, because just the hidden costs were something that kind of surprised me. I just didn't realize that there would be so many extra costs involved in purchasing a house. In December, I was kind of saying, like, are we going to, like, when is our mortgage going to be ready? And all during Vlogmas, I was so stressed out, like, waiting to hear about this mortgage. Like, is it ready? Like, when can we draw it down? You know, the people in the house were getting ready to move out of the house. On Christmas Eve, when it was ready, it was ready to be drawn down. So we drew down all the money on the 31st of January. Just out of courtesy, we not allowed them to stay longer, but we agreed that the 1st of February was a much better day, and say Bridget's day, and I was just kind of like, yeah, let's do it that day. That's a nice day. Before all of that, we signed in January for our house. I'll put that clip in now. Morning, guys. It is Wednesday the 19th of January, and we are going in to sign the final papers for our house. It's been about 4 months between like finding the house and getting our keys. I just can't believe we're signing for our house today. Are you excited?
That's gonna be good. We just moved right though.
What? And we did, yeah. In the end, we just smoothed right. We are driving into the solicitors today. We're driving Paddy's mum's car because his car is out of commission at the moment. My car is going for an NCT. We should be getting our keys on the 1st of February. When we get our keys, I will do a full house tour, and I'm just so excited to talk to you guys a bit more about this. So,
a house tour before we rip it apart.
Yes. Move into it right now.
We can move into it right now, but like it's like moving into your parents' house. Make it your own.
Yeah, you want to put your own stamp in it. Exactly. Exciting stuff. And then we got our keys on the 1st of February. So excited. We're going to pick up our keys for our house right now. I got a phone call from our solicitor first, and then the estate agents, to say that the keys were ready to be picked up anytime after 11. We've waited so long for this moment, and it's just incredible. Like, all the hard work, the saving, the happy moments, sad moments, disappointed moments, elected moments, everything has just led to this. And just the three of us are going to have the best time ever in our new home, and I just cannot wait to start our life in it. So let's go pick up our keys. Let's go. Noah's in the back, gonna pick up the keys. So exciting, cannot wait. We are like, well, I don't know, are you excited? You're very excited.
So it's gonna be good.
Yeah, we're so excited. Noah, are you excited? So from beginning to end, it's been like 5 months. A very happy moment for us all, the fact that this mortgage journey is over and we finally have the house and we can go and start decorating and doing it up and putting our own like touch to it. I cannot wait. We already have our floors picked out. I'm going to see about a kitchen tomorrow, and we're going to get paints, and like we've just so many plans. We've already looked at bathroom suite that we have to go and change into our name for the ESB. I think we're going with Bord Gosh because it just seems to be the best price. We got our keys! We own a house. We're homeowners. Now we haven't actually properly officially moved in yet because we still have a bit of renovations to do in here, and it's best that we don't move in and then have the renovating going on while we're living in it. I'm going back to work tomorrow, which is crazy. I'm starting back in my full-time position. I'm going to be in town, so I'm going to get the train in the morning, and I'm just really excited to be starting back in work as well. I'm nervous because I'm leaving Noah, and I don't know how I feel about that. Like, it's gonna be hard. Like, Paddy works from home, so it's not too bad. He actually has to go into work tomorrow. It's really weird. He has to go into the office as well, but he has to be in for 9. I don't have to be until 10, so he's leaving a little bit earlier than I am. Anyway, that's all besides the point. We are getting bits and pieces done to the house. Like, we are getting renovations. The builder is coming. We have a plumber coming. We have a lot of stuff going on, and I cannot wait to film some of that footage for you guys and just for you to see that journey as well. I also have an empty house tour coming, and I can't wait for you to see that as well. The journey to get here has been long and lengthy. It's like that for everybody. Like, I've had friends who've said that they've gone to houses and the queue of people outside the house already waiting to view it. Same with renting. Like, people are coming up with envelopes of cash, like paying 3 months in advance of rent and giving massive deposits. Like, it's just crazy. Like, the housing market in Ireland is crazy, and it's so hard to get on the ladder. It's not impossible. I don't want anybody viewing this to be like, oh my god, why even bother? Like, it's not impossible. We bought our house, we got it, and I really didn't know how on earth we managed to be so lucky and fortunate that everything kind of fell into place. We got the mortgage that we wanted that gave us better rates, and also we got our insurance and everything, and our life insurance and our health insurance and household insurance and everything through a broker too, that we got our mortgage through. So everything just fell into place. It came into the right kind of time for us as well. Like, we're moving at the right time coming into spring, and anybody watching this who wants to buy a house in Ireland, it will all happen that way for you. I just fully believe it. I don't think I was mentally in the right place for house hunting, but it had to be done, and if we didn't start when we started, we wouldn't be moving in now, coming up to his first birthday. So we want to be in here for Noah's first birthday in May, and I'm really hoping that we are in here, but we're going to be remaining at home for the next little while. We're so fortunate and so thankful to both of our parents, for Paddy's parents and my parents, for allowing us to stay at home in our home place and even going between the two houses, because it allowed us to save, it allowed us to buy this house, and it allowed us to start and get on our own feet. So our parents, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for Paddy for all those calls that he made, and, you know, staying up late and crunching numbers and talking to solicitors and doing everything. Well, some days I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't cope, and all I could do was just take care of myself and Noah in that particular day, because some days were really, really hard with going through all this. And Paddy and I's relationship has become so strong, and just our bond is like, I don't mean to sound like strange saying that. I appreciate him every single day, but even more so now after going through this journey with them. And we worked so well as a team. Like I said, everything has just fallen into place, and we're incredibly grateful. I'm going to end this video right now. I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you guys for watching this, and I cannot wait to start this major journey with you guys. And I am really excited for you to watch some of the moving vlogs and, you know, renovation vlogs and everything that are going to be coming up as well. I know they're not to everyone's taste, but maybe you guys might be interested, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. I love you so much. Mwah! Bye guys.